Welcome to the University of Central Florida. Now this may seem like your normal basketball program, but they just put together the most controversial roster in the history of college basketball. And today I'm heading down to Orlando to find out what's really going on inside of UCF's new team.
There he is. What's going on?
What up?
Glad to be here, man.
So,
UCF Basketball tour. Let's get into it. Who we with here today?
AJ Teal, head manager, UCF Basketball.
All right, my man. What are we going to see first?
Let's do it.
See, this offseason, UCF signed 3 of the most controversial players at the college level. Their offseason started with the huge news that the most famous high school basketball player in the world, Mikey Williams, was going to be transferring from Memphis to UCF. Mikey is an elite talent. This place should have been hyped, but it came with a lot of nerves. See, Mikey had been arrested in April of 2023 in a connection to a shooting at his house in San Diego. There had been an argument and shots were fired at a group of 5 people as they were leaving his house. Mikey faced 9 felony counts in the case, but pled guilty in November, meaning the charges were reduced to a misdemeanor. UCF also landed Dior Johnson, a transfer from the University of Pitt, who, like Mikey, was a massive name during his high school career after he had attended 9 different schools. During his time at Pitt, Dior was arrested on a felony count as well, except his was for strangulation and aggravated assault. He too pled guilty and actually played at a JUCO level last year, where he became the #1 ranked recruit at that level. UCF will also feature Benny Williams, who was recently dismissed from Syracuse for detrimental behavior after being a top 25 recruit coming out of high school. These are all mega talented players with extremely troubled pasts. So today, I want to know, how does UCF plan to keep these guys all in line? And is there any chance of this team actually working? With that, let's go meet back up with AJ and finally get some answers.
Let's go off and we'll check out the practice gym.
Sounds good.
New floor this year, Big 12 ready, and this is where the guys kind of come in, get shots up, and throughout the off season, we'll run workouts in here.
Beautiful.
We got some coaches in here right now.
Oh, this is dope. New floor. This one just came down.
Yeah, new floor in here. So basically Big 12, the palm trees to represent Orlando, Florida. Got the Go Knights charge on, that's kind of our motto here. All the Big 12 teams there, kind of just to remind who our opponents are.
So is this main for men's basketball right here?
Yeah, so this is men's basketball. Women's basketball has their own practice gym too, same exact setup, just so everyone has their own individual space.
Sweet, man. Yeah, this place is dope. I love the, it looks like carbon fiber as a logo.
Yeah.
I love it, man.
Quick sidebar here as we move on to our next stop on the tour. Growing up, I was actually a diehard UCF fan. My dad back in the day played football here, and my love for hoops was born in this gym. I used to go to UCF basketball camp every year as a little kid. Now, at that time, UCF was still just a group of 6 teams. They had played in the Conference USA, but over time, this school has steadily been growing and now has more than 70,000 students, which is the largest university by enrollment in Florida and one of the top 3 largest universities in the country. Because of that, 2 years ago, they decided to make the hop to the Big 12 and now are a part of the best basketball conference in the country. So, as we head to the coach's office, you can definitely tell that their facilities reflect that.
This is where our assistant Dobo will hang out.
Ooh, dude, I love this right here has got to be my favorite UCF logo right now.
Yeah, the script logo.
Old school script. I made an AAU team over the summer and an old school script logo like that. So we put that right here on the front of the jerseys. That right there, that's clean. That's what they're going to be on the helmets tomorrow, right?
Yeah, they just released the Drip U helmets. So definitely UCF got they got the uniforms and the swag down.
What is this like diamond logo supposed to be?
So I think it has something to do with the Space U. You see like kind of the behind you, the knots. That's kind of our Space U, kind of our alter ego. Uniforms there, kind of a tribute back to when UCF used to be like a space
Logging it right here. There. Come on.
Used to be a space college. The 50-yard line actually on the football stadium lines up with the rocket launch, so kind of like a cool thing there. So I think it has just something to do with some tribute to that. Cool, and then the jerseys for new Big 12 jerseys there. Same kind of on the side, the new what you saw in the practice gym, the palm trees on the side. So tribute to Florida there.
No, that's dope. Yeah, this is a beautiful office, man.
After we hit the coach's office, AJ took us upstairs to a room that will actually be playing a vital role for the team this season. See, I was still on a mission. I want to know how the presence of players like Mikey and Dior were going to change this program. But what I was slowly starting to realize talking to AJ, who is around these players daily, was that although some of these dudes have made regretful choices in the past, they work harder than anyone. Every player who is already on the UCF roster seemingly has taken their new transfer stars under their wing, especially when it comes to this room. Dude, what's the best way for college-age kids to get along? An entire game room built just for them.
Oh, this is cool.
Shooting game right here. They got 8 pool, ping pong, air hockey over there, and then living with the little vacations. So
what is going on right here?
This is all the mascots for Big 12. Cool little mural. Something fun. Guys can come up here and just chill and blow off some free time and get some team bonding up here.
How's the, you've been here since they're the American. What's been the transition basketball-wise? Because obviously the Big 12 is like a powerhouse basketball.
Yeah, I mean this is the best basketball conference in the world. So it's been fun. It's been I think a challenge, but with football, basketball, just the entire school, I think they've done a really good job, kind of recruiting players and getting the next talent level to get to the Big 12. So fun. I mean last year, they picked us to finish last, like I said, and we did a little better than that. So this year, we know that we're here to stay and we can compete with the big dog.
What was that atmosphere like when you guys beat Kansas? Court gets stormed
everyone always asks me, and I'm like, I want to tell you, but I think I blacked out. Like, I think the buzzer hit, and all I remember is our job is to kind of run and grab the players because we knew that the court would get stormed, and our kind of job is to like protect them and get them back to the locker room so that they don't get merchandise stolen, whatever. And I just remember grabbing one of our players, Shamari Allen, who was one of our guards, and it's just I just remember like being in the locker room with him, and I'm like, what just happened? Like, what did we just do? Probably one of the best nights ever.
When you're a big underdog like that, like, what was Coach saying? Like Coach Dawkins said before the game to go out there and play. Like, I mean, Kansas is the top tier of basketball.
They were the #1 team in the country at the time, and that was our first ever home Big 12 game. So it was, you would think that they don't give us the best odds, which they didn't. But Coach Dawkins, he's been around the game too much. He basically was just saying to us, it's just another game. If these guys were that good, they'd be in the NBA. So I think once he kind of calmed us down and was like, we have the guys that can go out and win, it just, gave the team that belief, and they went out and they did it.
Then what does he say after? How do you get to the next game?
After, I think just the excitement. His big motto is celebrate it for the night, and then the next day it's, you put in the past and you move on.
Sweet, man.
Go this way. So we got more Space
U's tough.
They kind of just put all these new kind of letterings up there. We'll go in the locker room next, but this just got put up too.
Oh wow.
This big mural right here. This is when we played Houston, sold out crowd, and this is I think this was one of the first games where the fronds, because you see the Fear the Fronds, kind of got introduced, and people started bringing in after the hurricane, like the fronds from outside. So that's how we got that staple for the student section.
And so that's why they got they got on the courts and stuff like that now?
Yep.
That's sick, dude.
So they really just ran with that and kind of made it our little home court advantage thing.
Fear the Fronds, baby.
So we'll go ahead and kind of go into the locker room here. So it's our locker room. Everyone obviously got their own locker. A lot of new kids coming in, so we don't exactly have everyone's headshot up there, but our 2 leading scorer returners, Jalen and Darius, they still got theirs.
Jalen's tough, scoring from everywhere.
Huge year last year.
I like the swords as like hangers.
Yep.
That's sweet.
Yeah, and each one kind of comes out and kind of is their own like shoe rack. They come out and they'll have like their own area to put their shoes in and stuff.
That's crazy.
Really cool. And then kind of if you look behind you here, this is kind of the where recruits will come and take their photo shoots, tribute to the 407 Orlando.
I like the preseason Big 12 ranking here.
Yeah, this is something we put up every year. We put it up last year. We were actually picked last in the Big 12. We finished 12th, but this year we're definitely turning to, we're still disrespected at 11. We want to be a top team and make the tournament this year. Through this way, this is our film room.
Connected to the locker room is sick.
Coach Dawkins is big on his core values. When we practice, he'll ask his players at the end of every practice, is this a level 5 practice? Do we practice, good enough to be a championship team? So he preaches that a lot. Everybody has their seats. They'll come in before practice, before games and watch film.
What's your role as a manager in meetings like this? Are you guys the ones responsible for creating like what goes on the big screen up there and stuff like that? So
the managers and our graduate assistants, they'll help with piecing film together, making sure it's set up, making sure the slides are easy transitions so coach can go from one thing to another. We're responsible for making sure everyone's here on time and gets to their spot.
Now before we head to our final stop, the actual arena, I pulled AJ aside for a second while our camera guy got these awesome shots. For the privacy of AJ and the sanctity of him within this team, I'm not going to include any of our actual conversation here, but I'll do my best right now to sum up what we talked about. Now I asked him, with all this madness surrounding the program and the recruiting, as a team, how were they planning on dealing with it? And AJ's answer actually shocked me. Like I said before, although some of these guys have made some regretful choices in the past, they are still just kids. For many of them, although they may have been in the spotlight since childhood, that comes with its own struggles. It may seem easy from the outside, but with fame and riches when you're only 17, 18 years old without any proper structure around you, it can become very, very dangerous. Am I defending these guys' past decisions? In no way. But what I am saying is UCF is providing the structure and camaraderie that these guys needed to have a second chance at a successful career. In a locker room full of guys that are in a similar situation to you with troubling pasts, they can actually lean on each other and hold each other accountable. And AJ said to me, that's exactly what is happening. Now, it may seem crazy from the outside what UCF is doing, but in reality, this may be the best possible destination for a lot of these players. And with the leadership of a respected head coach like Johnny Dawkins, who has been in these situations before, this program may have built a hidden gem. So with that, let's head to our last stop on the actual tour to see the arena where all of this will be going down.
I'm sure that first game in here is gonna be jumping.
Yeah, you got student section, all of these seats to the right.
This is sweet, man. You know, obviously this year's a little bit different, but per UCF fans, I mean, at football games, at basketball games, they get down a little bit different. What's like game day atmosphere here in the student section look like when you got a big Big 12 team coming in?
Yeah, they get rowdy. I mean, our students are definitely different. Like you said, it creates the home field, the home court advantage. So obviously we have our, Zombie Nation chant, which gets everyone going, I'm sure. I mean, just that energy that I think the players feed off of, before the game starts. Like even if you have some games where you're maybe, not mentally ready to go, you hear that Zombie Nation, you hear the fans, like you're ready to go. So I think it's huge. From that, the fans are great. Everyone's always loud. I mean, last year I think everyone was standing for every game. Just that college basketball, it really creates that experience for the guys in the Big 12.
I love it. Never forget, UCF should have beat Duke. Taco Fall beat Zion Williamson, made him look like a child.
Wasn't a foul. Wasn't a foul.
Wasn't a foul. Never was a foul. I appreciate you, my man. This has been awesome. UCF basketball, guys. If we get 1,000 likes on this video, AJ said we might be able to come back and see what it's like on a game day, a little behind the scene action, see how the operations go and what makes UCF the best place in the Big 12 to be. So 1K, man, we appreciate it. Oh yeah.
Charge on.
Listen, you want to see your name right here scrolling across the screen? Comment charge on and your name will go up here in the next video. Charge on. You could be right there. Peace.